up for Alex Cumming for bringing us into the room with just a little bit of an indication of the level of fun that Alex always is. We're always very, very super happy when they're able to be here in this space with us because they do bring a lot of beautiful energy and so many very cool community connections. And today, we are very excited to be welcoming everybody to another week of our Singing in December. Winter singing is what we are calling it, where we're singing winter songs all month long, all kinds of different winter holidays, all kinds of different excitement and thoughtfulness. And we'll expect excitement from Alex, but no thoughtfulness. Just kidding, Alex. All right. I want to say that today is day 2073 consecutive days of singing here in the Daily Antidote of Song. We are super glad you've decided to join us today, noon Eastern, every day right here. And as I said, the month of December is just a month of wintery and holidays from around the world singing. And we are really glad you've decided to join us here today. So Alex Cumming is the music director at Revels North. Nope. Alex Cumming is going to introduce himself.
You demoted me. I've got 2 more weeks of being this role, so I don't want to be demoted. Artistic director, darling. Oh.
Sorry. Alex Cumming is the artistic director of Revels North, and we're going to actually get to chat a little bit. Thank you for letting me know that, Alex. We are going to get to chat with them for a little bit because this year is an unusual year for Revels North. I'm super excited to be joining you there, Alex, for the show this year, and hope lots of other folks will also join. But I think, Alex, today you have brought us a lot of different wintry tunes, and I'm wondering if you can start by telling us what part we're going to sing along and get started with the first one.
Well, first of all, I want to back introduce the tune I just played as you were coming in, because that was a tune that I composed many years ago when I first experienced my first New England winter. Hence, it was minor and angry. I've since come to love it, mostly. But
That's great. For those of us who are in some snow right now, we're right there with you.
Oh God, I know. And the nightmare of those in Snowland of trying to schedule snow tires before the snow comes and they're not happening because all the mechanics are built. Oh my goodness. Joy.
Also,
welcome
right
everybody. So this is the traditions I'm talking about today is life chaos. That's I think we'll sink into a lovely land. So I'm going to do 3 different songs that kind of sort of speak of a different traditions. But this first one is just a very wonderful common song called "The Holly and the Ivy," and it's a very popular Revels tune. But dear friends of mine in the UK called The Wilderness Yet, an absolutely fantastic trio, updated the words to really fit a more wonderful universal winter non-religious but folk song setting, because this is one of those wonderful Christmas carols that could well have started not being a goddy and got taken on by religion, and so they kind of deconstructed and made this beautiful version which people can sing very wonderfully in pubs, and I think it just sort of matches that perfect nature vibe for this one. I'll sing the chorus quickly, just so we get in the sense of it, because it's not the waltzy, dirgy version. It goes, "Oh, the rising of the sun, and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the choir." And then the melody for the verse is basically the same, so you've learnt the whole song. Well done. One thing, because we can't hear you sing, this is a very good song for rising of the sun, and the running of the deer, and the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the choir. Beautiful. So I'd love to see some wonderful actions, and just note it's been live streamed, so smile. Oh, the holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. blossom, as white as lays the snow. Deep beneath the spring she sleeps as icy winds do blow. Oh, the rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the choir. The holly bears a berry as red as any blood. The heart of the merry greenwood beats through the frost and flood. Oh, the rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the The holly bears a prickle as sharp as any thorn. The frost that holds the fields and fords is vanquished by the dawn. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the choir. Oh, the holly bears a bark as bitter as any gall, burn fear and blame with fire and flame as New Year comes to call. Oh, the rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the choir. Oh, the rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing all in the choir. Nice!
Nice is right. Alex Cumming, everybody, bringing us the beginnings of some very exciting, upbeat, everything that we needed today to get ourselves sort of up and ready. Some of us on the East Coast have been up for a while. Some of you over there on the West Coast are just rising. So welcome to today, everybody. Thank you, Alex Cumming. That was beautiful. And whenever you are ready, you could tell us anything more you want to say about that song or about your next song.
Well, I can tell you quickly that and we can talk more about it in a minute because we want to do another song and then maybe do some talking. But that song will be in the Revels North production this year, which is very wonderful, and I can tell you more about that shortly. I also quickly wanted to mention this accordion because this is not my normal accordion. I noticed 2 minutes before Daily Antidote that my normal accordion is up at Revels because we had an all-day rehearsal yesterday, and I'm going back there today. And so this is a restored family accordion from my my wife's family, from the grandparents and great grandparents, I believe. So this is a family accordion that doesn't get too much airing, so it gets a special family airing for this sort of special family time of year, which is very, very, very nice. A happy accident. So in England, there is a magical tradition of English pub singing, which is wonderful. And obviously there is many places, there's great pub sings here. But in November and December, there's a great thing that happens in the pubs with the English pub caroling, or the village carols. And it came from a time when the church banned singing and all of these things because it was just not right, you know. America knows some things about, like, grumpy people and banning lots of things, I don't know. But what happened then, people really loved these carols, and what they did is they went into the pubs and the community centres, which were basically the pubs and the village halls, and they would just sing all these songs in the pub. And so it sort of evolved into this magical tradition where it's both folky and pub singy, where everyone gets to, like, sing whatever harmonies they want, but then also there are arranged parts on piano and accompanied by organ and accompanied by chamber ensemble. So this is wonderful mishmash of church music and traditional singing, and it's brilliant. And there's so many of these carols. But this one I'm going to sing. I don't normally sing, but I wanted to sing it for you all today because it's one of the most obscure pieces in the repertoire, in my mind, that exists. And yet is a huge part of the Sheffield caroling tradition and some of the other village carols around. It's a traditional song called the Mistletoe Bough. And you'll see as we go through the story why it is such a strange choice for a Christmas festive winter song. But you'll get the idea. The chorus, the refrain line, goes like this. Oh, the mistletoe bough, oh, the mistletoe bough. And then there's a lot of verse. So you can pick up along or you can attempt to mime. I'll be intrigued to see what happens if you try to mime this song, actually. So see how you do. And this one, unlike a lot of the carols in these pub sings, in this traditional pub caroling, where everyone sings everything, this is one of those that is labelled as a solo. So there's one person who delivers this, and then everyone goes absolutely nuts on the chorus with harmonies that both make sense and don't. And thinking about having several pints already down, you know. Okay, are we ready? Brace yourselves. The mistletoe hung in the castle hall, the holly branch hung on the old oak wall. The baron's retainers were blithe and gay, and keeping their Christmas holiday. The baron beheld with a father's pride his beautiful child, young Lovell's bride, while she with her bright eyes seemed to be, while she with her bright eyes seemed to be the star. I sang the same line twice. The star of goodly company. Oh, the mistletoe bough. Oh, the mistletoe bough. I am weary of dancing now, she cried. Pray tarry a moment, I'll hide. And Lovell be sure the first to trace the clue to my secret flirting place. Away she ran and her friends began, each bower to search and each nook to scan. And young Lovell cried, oh, where dost thou hide? I'm lonesome without thee, my own dear bride. Oh, the mistletoe bough. Oh, the mistletoe bough. They sought her that night, they sought her that day, they sought her in vain when a week passed away. In highest and lowest, the lowliest spot, young Lovell sought widely and found her not. And years flew by, and the grief at last was told as a sorrowful tale long past. And when Lovell appeared, children cried, see the old man weeps for his fairy bride. Oh, the mistletoe bough. Oh, the mistletoe bough. Here's the best bit. At length an old chest at the long laid hid was found in the castle. They raised the lid, and the skeleton form lay mouldering there in the bridal wreath of the lady fair. Oh, sad was a fate and sportive jest she hid from her lord in the old oak chest. It closed with a spring, and the bridal bloom lay withering there in a living tomb. And then in traditional folk, we just had a moment of real sadness, and then, oh, the mistletoe bough. Oh, the mistletoe bough. Oh, the mistletoe bough. Oh, the mistletoe bough. So I want us to think about that song a little bit, because I didn't want to say too much beforehand. So traditional song has a very strange way of doing things. And when the traditional carol thing happened and it sort of came into pubs, there were definitely, just like we'd have with pub sings, there are ways people want to sing the song that they know and want to bring in. And part of me wonders whether someone wanted to tell the story and kind of attempted to make it slightly Christmassy by adding Mistletoe Bough. I don't know. But it's, and I don't know the history of the song enough to know whether it's what its history is. But the fact that it fits completely in that folk song ballad situation, and telling a really hard story. And in my mind, that story really actually tells a story of potentially domestic violence, or just like someone who's not a man who has not been a reasonable human. And yet it sits in this very strange place as a rowdy Christmas song. And it's a very wonderful thing, though, to witness kids hear this for the first time, and then it gets to the skeleton bit, and suddenly they're won over by Christmas carols. So, it's definitely a mixed bag. But not all Christmas carols and not all seasonal songs are necessarily nice. Is a very because winter is not a very nice time of year for a start, for many people. I will stop talking about that now, but I find that song absolutely fascinating. There's so many layers to that song that fascinate me, and it's really interesting to have that in the world and for you all to go and think about what we've just done.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex. That was really, really great. And yeah, totally mystifying. And among the many mystifying things that run through my head is like, how many damn rooms did they have in that castle? They couldn't find the room in which you sit in. Like, also, like, okay, if we have a human-sized chest in our house, maybe that would be one of the first places we want to look at. Maybe I'm taking it too literally. If we're up to
no, I was thinking when I first heard it, this is a really bad place to play sardines, because evidently there'll be more dead people than just one if we played sardines there. So
Sort of, maybe this is before the sort of standard child warning of not closing yourself in the refrigerator or the washing machine. Hide and seek, right? Because if you've been a parent, then that's like, or if you've been a kid, you've heard that one, right? So yeah, that is crazy funny, all kind of to go along that little journey of the blend of Christmas and then the somber of the death, and then the potential mystique and maybe unpleasant mystique about, what some of the other aspects are that might have touched upon that. So, and did you say that is in this year's Revel North show?
No, that one isn't. Thank the Lord. I think we would terrify children,
That's kind
and
of
it will completely a bit of a mood killer if that was in Revels. No.
I was kind of thinking that. I was kind of thinking like, so wait, are you going to have like a little chest on the stage and you're going to pull bones out of it? That would be a bummer.
Well,
all right.
If you come to see the show, you will see there is a chest on stage. So you might be wondering about that. But there is a big surprise in the chest on stage.
Oh.
But that's just, I can't say any more.
All right, I love it. I love it, Alex. It's awesome. Tell us about the dates of this year's Revels show, and also what's different about it this year.
Yeah. So so for Revels North this year, it is our very final year. Some of you will know that already. After this year, Revels North is closing down. It turns out, having an arts organisation. Where a good chunk of our funding came from government and New Hampshire government. It's very hard to come by. I don't, when talking about this, I don't get too political normally, but I will here because I think it's worth knowing that in New Hampshire earlier this year, the state government voted to give just $1 to the New Hampshire Council on the Arts for the next year. Effectively enough to add insult to injury, to make the agency still exist, and keep one person on in a volunteer basis, I believe. And that is it. So, and so many, like Revels and so many other arts organizations, relied on that for operations grants. And in a time when grant money is already, and funding money is already very low, particularly post-COVID, all those arts organizations ended up like scrabbling for any of the same amount of, very small amount of money that was left from private funding pools. And we just could not keep up with that, and that was one of the major reasons we're having to wind down, as well as the recovery from COVID was not as smooth, because we didn't have a smooth venue for many years as well. But it's just another sign of some of the cruelty that is happening in government at the moment. Not that I'm obviously I'm not coming this on a selfish point of view that I'm losing that Revels job from it, but because there's so many arts organizations that have been hit by it in New Hampshire, and we all know that's why we're here. Music and the arts play, the programs that they funded for the New Hampshire Arts Council, were things that would go in and teach kids. They go to care homes, there's so many projects that, as we all know, music has such an important, and arts has such an important way in the day-to-day well-being of humankind. And the fact that happened in New Hampshire is just appalling. So if you live in New Hampshire or live near, and you just want to keep campaigning for the preservation of arts in New Hampshire, it's really, really important. And I am immensely glad I live over the border in Vermont right now.
Thank you, Alex.
So that's a long story on why we're there. But this year's Revels is going to be a party, because it's been there up in the Upper Valley for 50 years. We have an incredible show. We're doing reprising an amazing show from 10 years ago, which I've heavily put my own spin on, telling the tale of Tamlin. It's a Scottish celebration of the Midwinter Revels and the Midwinter Solstice. And we have amazing artists, including Dan Hout and Eric MacDonald from the band Cantrip. And we have Louise Bichen from Orkney, who's in various wonderful bands. Some of you might have seen her tour recently. She did a Halloween, All Hallows Eve tour, where she did spooky music. And then we have a wonderful person called Joanne Garton as well, who's going to be Highland dancing and playing fiddle and been helping. And it's just it's a real celebration of both Scottish music and culture, but also a real celebration of the 50 years of Revels North and the amazing impact that it's had. Yes, it's an amazing show. And the other question, sorry, it was a very I'm tired. We had an all-day rehearsal yesterday, so filter is gone. But you said when? It was the other question. It's the 20th and 21st of December at the Lebanon Opera House in New Hampshire. Tickets are selling very, very fast and may well sell out. So if you haven't got tickets and you want to come, I would do it. I know there is work on it being recorded, and there's work on it being recorded and being online. I am not organising that, and I don't have the capacity to organise that, and someone else in the team is on that. So as soon as I have information on that and whether it's going to happen, I will let Jo know so that she can let you all know how you might be able to see it. I know it won't be live streamed, but there will be a way to view it, hopefully, if we get the crew in.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you so much. I just want to say, the story that you just told of Revels North was a little bit like the ballad that you sang beforehand. It's the combination of the disappointing or the terrible in the midst of also celebrating. So we're here, we're celebrating the arts. Obviously, we all love to sing. Obviously, we recognize the importance of it all. And here's one of the realities we're living in right now.
Yeah.
And I am coming in from over the border on the New Hampshire side of things. And I want to say,
Sorry.
Thank you very much. I just want to say, you were mentioning it's not because, you're thinking primarily about your job. But of course, what a community is made of is it's made of all of the different people who work in it, right? So for every job we extract, that's one thing that's worse in the world. And a community is made of all the different people who come together to sing. So when Revels North isn't there anymore, all of the people who came together for support and for community building and for the arts and for, some sense of an identity in the world that has disappeared for them, right? So these are really important things to be thinking about when we're talking about what losing the arts is doing to our culture.
And thinking that we're going to have about 700 people in each show. And they're people who are regular revelers mostly. There's some new people, but, that's a lot of people who are not going to have that.
Yes. And I mean, when we started the Daily, it was about that. It was about the idea that there was a lot of people in our organizations who were used to coming together for community, and how are we going to live without it? And so, here we still are this many years later, trying to figure out how on earth can we spotlight the arts, really give it the support that it needs to be able to sustain so many people. And Alex, back over to you. We're really excited to sing with you.
I'm very sorry that it tended more talky, but when I get on a political rant, I get on a political rant. You folks don't know that here at all, so it's fine. Another wonderful tradition of England, Scotland, and various other countries that have similar things: the Mummers Play. And the Mummers Play, a wonderful, satirical, often ancient play that sort of talks about the turning of the year, the death and rebirth of the year, and death and rebirth of various other things that they might want to write satirically into the situation. And this is a wonderful song by Pete Coe that I first learnt to sing in the Cambridge Midwinter Revels when I was a guest artist in 2021. It's by Pete Coe. It's called... yes, I forgot to write that down, but it is on here. Bring the New Year In, I think it's called. It goes like, the chorus goes like this. For we are not of the ragged sort, but some of royal trim. We'll sweep away the old year and bring the new year in. As your preview, good luck, may the force be with you. Let's have this wonderful Mummers Play moment. If anyone wants to play any Mummers characters at any point, and you have you want to play a character, feel free to. And another time I'll tell you more about a Mummers Play if you don't know them, because we've run out of time. In comes old King Christmas, all dressed in green and gold, and may never be forgot, his story left untold. For it's once a year he brings good cheer, our spirits to engage. The like was never seen before on any common stage. For we are not of a ragged sort, but some of royal trim. We'll sweep away the old year and bring the new year in. In comes St. George, that noble champion bold, who fought the fiery dragon, made the tyrant's blood run cold. As through the world he wanders to fulfill his destiny. Well, they must die to dare to try the challenge liberty. For we are not of a ragged sort, but some of royal trim. We'll sweep away the old year and bring the new year in. In comes a valiant soldier, Prince Paradise by name. With sword and shield he will not yield the hopes to win more fame. It's of these noble champions, both born of high renown, they made a solemn vow to pull the order down. We are not of the ragged sort, but some of royal trim. We'll sweep away the old year and bring the new year in. Then comes the working man, they call him Common Jack. He puts food inside our bellies and clothes upon our back. Hard labour is his destiny from the moment of his birth, and the rich will take all the money, for the poor will take the earth. For we are not of the ragged sort, but some of royal trim. We sweep away the old year and bring the new year in. And then comes Beelzebub, a name forever cursed. He's before you, he's behind you, he's the last that's ever first. Put your hands into your pockets, your money we do crave. To see this play you must pay or join him in the grave. For we are not of the ragged sort, but some of the royal trim. Sweep away the old year and bring the new year in. For we are not of the ragged sort, but Yay!
Alex Cumming, thank you so much. That was fabulous. Can we all please say another big thank you to Alex? They
Thank
tend to
you.
bring into this space things remarkable and amazing and thoughtful, and we're always glad to have you here, Alex. Thank you. I hope lots of folks are going to be able to go to the Revels North show. I'm going to be there on one of those 2 days. Also, hope folks will go to the DC Revels show if you're in that area. I'm also going to be there on the Saturday, whatever it is. And Cambridge Revels also this year, and I'm trying to go to all three that are local or that are near me. It's such a fabulous tradition, and it's full of music, it's full of solstice, it's full of thoughtfulness, it's almost always blending in different cultures from around the world, and it's a really amazing way to build community. So a big shout out to all the Revels orgs around the nation that have been working so hard to keep things going. And for all of them, it's a struggle, just like it's a struggle for Daily Antidote and for Carpe Diem Arts. Funding is just super hard to come by right now. And so that's a big shout out to anybody in the live stream or anybody in the room. Donate as you can. I know a lot of you already do. And it's really, really helpful. It's what's going to make it work if we can make it work. So, Alex, anything else you want to say before we say goodbyes?
Y'all are amazing. This is an amazing community, and I am very grateful that this is here. And of course, it wouldn't be here without any of your support, both financially, but more importantly, in many ways, being here and making this a thing that can exist and have this amazing community across the world. It's just beautiful. So thank you all so much for just being a space. I'm often here but not here on Zoom. I'm often listening in on YouTube or Facebook while doing work most days. So it's nice to know that y'all are here even when I'm not physically in the space. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. We actually see Alex come in sometimes in this room, camera off, and I like thinking of you over there, potentially in your PJs, potentially with your coffee in front of you.
Who are you kidding? I have kids. I'm up at like 7 a.m. trying to get them out the door, and it's one of the most stressful hours. So I'm very awake and enclosed by that point.
Well, there you go. And are you saying you actually put you actually take your pajamas off and put clothes on to get your kids off to school? Because you can't say I
Okay,
always do that.
okay. 50, 50, 50. Okay, fine, fine. You got me.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. So brilliant. Can we all please give it up for them again? Thank you. Thank you. Can we all please give Alex a big hug for that beautiful community message that he brought to all of us today? And can we all please give everybody on the live stream a huge smile? Everybody go. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, live stream. We'll see you all tomorrow right here on the Daily Antidote. It was an extra big smile from Alex.